It's Subway's biggest refresh yet.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door, extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore.
Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back.
It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
Dad, which one's your favorite?
I'm gonna go with Josh.
Yes. I'm sorry, but what? I was talking about the types of chicken.
Come on, you know I love all my chickens. He is a really sweet kid, though.
Did you just fist bump?
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73. And even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
There's a buzz in the air at Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of the fans or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive in the Cup Series and the Camping World Truck Series. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland or grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever it is, it will be a memorable weekend showcasing 4 races. NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Kansas Speedway. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
McDowell fighting back. Now it's Briscoe that's out front. He was able to pass Chase Elliott, who's on the slower tires right now, but Briscoe trying to hang on to the lead. McDowell all over his back bumper.
Michael McDowell trying to take advantage of a slip by Chase Briscoe. The problem for McDowell is that slip hasn't happened. Briscoe very fast through the S's on those slicks. Matter of fact, he's going to grab 2, now 3 car lengths in this battle for the lead.
Impressive to watch these two drivers find their way around this racetrack in some very, very treacherous conditions. Not much of a dry racetrack. There's one groove around this racetrack that's dry up through the S's and through the bus stop. Pretty tough for these guys. They cannot push wide like you see right here in those areas.
It's an opportunity, though, for them to start learning and seeing how far they can push. You saw McDowell in that yellow car not being afraid to try to push, try to find those limits. We said it earlier, he has nothing to lose and a lot to gain.
The 14 and the 34, Briscoe and McDowell leading this race purely by getting to slick tires first. Their lap times were amazing. They ran Chase Elliott down on the rain tires. That was a great strategy call. It has got these guys track position. Bottom of your screen, you see Chase Elliott, Marty. He was trying to hold on as long as he could. He's got to lap 17, but gave up the lead doing it.
These Hendrick Motorsports cars, the last one to come to pit road to take off those rain tires. And once Chase Elliott got passed on the racetrack, he plummeted through the field from the lead to 10th in one lap. Alan Gustafson, Steve, was trying to stretch it as far as he could, working lap 18 right here. He told me this morning, we can't really connect it from lap 17. From lap 18, we can connect it to make it on 2 stops. Chase Elliott staying out there, Parker, trying to make it a 2-stop race.
Right, and it's the same exact situation for Kyle Larson, who you saw miss the bus stop. They wanted to get to a lap, would put them in their fuel window. They felt this was the lap and pulled them directly down to get on those slick tires finally.
So as this battle rages, just to connect that whole story, these guys that gave up track position, all of those Hendrick cars, they think from here they only have to stop one more time to finish this race. Now you see McDowell says, man, I got to get on their fuel strategy. This is purely a counter to try to not have to pit twice. So he comes to pit road before the end of the stage. That leaves Briscoe out. Briscoe is feeling great about winning the stage now, Dave.
McDowell and Chris Busch are on pit road as well in the 17, so they've made that 18-lap connected lap. You see the fuel there just to get them going.
Steve, they were the only 2 that were close enough to the leader to be able to get onto pit road before it was closed with 2 laps to go.
Absolutely right, Rick. The 14 of Briscoe, when he took the start-finish line, 2 to go, close pit road, everyone else is committed. The action is furious. It's all over the racetrack. What you need to know at home is we're a lap and a half from the end of stage 1, and we're all going to have to take a deep breath and reset, including myself. This has been a captivating first 19 laps.
Briscoe up front, Tyler Reddick, Suarez, Chastain, and Todd Gilliland, the rookie, running in the 5th position right now. Logano, Ty Dillon, Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon, and Kyle Busch all in the top 10. Under 2 laps to go in stage 1. Martin Truex Jr. fighting for every point that he can get. You see still on some of the cars, the red light blinking. Those are no longer required. NASCAR has said that's not a requirement anymore when you go to slicks.
Yeah, so basically they've just now said that they feel the track is in dry condition. So that is basically what all these cars are now swapped over to. I love this look at Kevin Harvick with the clear visor. You can see the work he's putting in. Truex right behind him. And these guys are almost a lap down, if you could believe it, because in the top right of the screen, you see where the 14 is. He's at the top of the hill. So he's basically the backstretch behind these two. Running in the 28th position is Kevin Harvick. Briscoe looking to claim stage 1 and grab a playoff point if he can do it, but William Byron behind him, Rick, is a lap down. So William Byron is hustling right here to try to unlap himself before the end of the stage. He had lost so much time on those rain tires, he's actually a lap down. Now, Hill will get the free pass. He's in that position, but he would much rather just unlap himself because that way he wouldn't have to pit. If he stays a lap down, he gives up all his track possession again. He goes to the tail end of the field. So an important last corner for Byron. Briscoe trying to trap him a lap down. I don't blame him. Yeah, he won't be able to unlap himself. And it's going to be Briscoe who wins stage 1 at the Glen. From wet weather tires to racing slicks, Chase Briscoe, the first on those slicks, was able to make time. And he ends up winning stage 1. Tyler Reddick, Daniel Suarez, Gilliland, Ross Chastain, all in the top 5. 4th stage win of 2022 for Chase Briscoe.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more?
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together. Just like that breakfast burrito.
So can I get chorizo?
Metaphorically, yeah.
Carnitas.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Oh, bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
I don't really know what we're talking about anymore.
Burritos.
Sure.
Okay.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Sorry, Mom. It's amazing what you can build on AWS. Imagine creating cool stuff that can make ordering tacos a breeze and let you watch every shot from every player anywhere you want. Learn about investing in the coolest companies and watch your favorite team from the other side of the world. Just imagine what they can do when I'm in charge. Whoa.
Competition is incredibly fierce.
You're willing to put everything at stake, including your life, to try to win.
Everyone's competitors, and you're going to get into it with your friends.
You're supposed to be friends.
It's easy to say you never miss the birthday of your child until you see someone else driving your car.
I want to be the one that steals the show.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
I got this mountain bike for only $11.
DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site. This KitchenAid mixer sold for less than $26. This iPad sold for less than $43. And this PlayStation 5 sold for less than $1.
I want these Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3 suitcases for less than $40.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford proud. And start solving your projects today at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
너무 창피해.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yup. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently with expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here, and here? Not yet. But down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, or overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond the expected.
Finished? Of course not. You know crispy, juicy, tender Rookie. You know the crumbs at the bottom of the bag are the finale to your McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When you have auto glass damage, choose Safe Flight. We can come to you and replace your windshield.
Here you go.
Wow, thank you. Bye. Don't wait. Schedule now.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Today's aerial coverage brought to you by Geico, giving some great view of this facility here at Watkins Glen International, packed full of campers, tents, fans coming out in droves, the sellouts, and I hope that they all decided to wait out that little inclement weather that was here so that they can enjoy this racing like we have. That first stage was really amazing.
It was great. You see right here, kind of a split decision. All the strategies right here, but Dave Briscoe on pit road.
He is indeed below him. The one of Ross Chastain kept it clean through there. Pitted on lap 11. We'll take on 4 Goodyear tires. Fill it full of Sunoco fuel here to get to the next window, Marty.
Terrific radio between Johnny Klossmeyer and Chase Briscoe. He came on the radio and said, if you start up front, can you win the stage? And then he said, our only shot to win is if we pit now. They do fuel only here. For Chase Briscoe, one stage one, back with the start of stage 2 in a moment.
This is an official reminder from the Ford Motor Company to wear sunscreen this summer.
Hey, how's it going? Good.
I get all the pickle I want without having to deal with the pickle jar.
Having to figure out how to open it?
How to open the pickle jar. How to open the pickle This has totally streamlined the pickle process for me. Sonic Big Dill Cheeseburger.
Imagine having the elite performance of Goodyear, now on your Skechers. Enhance your traction, durability, and stability with Skechers, featuring the top-tier performance of premium Goodyear rubber. Get all-season performance with Goodyear and Skechers.
This is an official reminder from the Ford Motor Company to take the scenic route this summer.
Buckle up. The characters of NASCAR are on USA. All the action on the track.
History is going to be made.
All the drama of Race for the Championship.
You're always pushing yourself.
It's tough. And all the fun of Austin Dillon's life in the fast lane.
It's a lot more fun when you have family and friends.
NASCAR like you've never seen it before.
It don't get no cooler than this, man.
Now on USA.
Get up, people, for a new Sunday tradition, because Peacock's bringing together 2 great American inventions, baseball and brunch. An exclusive early bird special at the ballpark, and everyone's invited. So calling all baseball fans and families from LA to Fenway, we've got ourselves a game. MLB Sunday Leadoff, exclusively on Peacock.
Harry Potter Wizarding Weekend continues with back-to-back airings of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Parts 1 and 2. Your adventure starts following our race coverage right here on USA. Congratulations to the driver of the 9, Chase Elliott. The first time he's ever done it. He is the regular season champion. He's earned enough points that he will be the regular season champion at the end of the race in Daytona.
Those 15 playoff points. He knows other people will get some, but 15, that's the most you can get in the regular season. Good for Chase. Another big announcement from NASCAR. Look at that, double file. If we take a little look at the front stretch, one thing to point out, though, you know, while there's a dry lane, there's still some dampness on the right side. So if I'm one of the cars on the right-hand side right here, I'm going to have to really be careful down into turn 1. You see it right there, you know, a little damp on the inside.
Stage 2 about to get underway. The field approaching the Geico restart zone. Back to action. Gilliland in the 38 on the inside, trying to hold off Logano on the outside of the 22. Gilliland surging ahead. How far off the track will he go? Enough that he hopes to get grip and traction as he dives into turn 2.
Got some new players at the front of the field. Todd Gilliland now takes the reins of this race. He will lead Joey Logano by 4. Side by side behind them. That blue car on the inside of that yellow car, that is Ty Dillon. And now they're 3 wide on the back straightaway.
Kyle Busch takes them 3 wide. Dillon backs out of the gas. Kyle Busch goes into the bus stop pretty deep. Gonna get, oh, he did a good job, man. Stayed on line, didn't lose anything on corner exit. And McDowell really surprised about that. See the gap to the front 2 there. Logano, Gilliland leads them out of the carousel.
Yeah, first time they've been through that interloop side by side, still running this racetrack. How about the rookie, Todd Gilliland, showing the experienced guy, Joey Logano, what he's got on this road course. Ton of confidence on road courses from Todd Gilliland. Impressive, everybody.
So all strategy you see on the left-hand side, these guys 12, 9, 10, they have to stop 2 more times to the finish. McDowell, the first guy that can stop 1 more time. That's what swapped up this field. How about Kimi Räikkönen, the F1 champ, up to 9th on this strategy. Great experience running at the front, learning quickly, Bagley.
Kimi Räikkönen on the move. What a maiden voyage in the Cup Series for him. He's trying to wedge his way underneath and slide through. He'll do that at the bottom of turn number 2 and the bottom of the S's. Here's Kimi right now through turn number 3. He is up to 9th. He is 3.14 seconds behind the race leader. A lot of traffic to deal with, but Daly's got a full head of steam right now.
Yeah, we really didn't see as much movement as we anticipated from Kimi under the wet conditions, but now that they're on the slicks, you can see a little bit of a mistake right there, losing the back of the car a little bit in the bus stop, but let's put the 9 and the 17 Busch side by side. Chase Elliott right here, Xfinity camera, watching Kimi do work.
Chase Elliott trying to understand, who am I racing right here? Do not have any experience racing at Kimi. With Kimi Räikkönen, doesn't know his strengths, doesn't know his weaknesses. Kimi's having to learn these drivers, and they're having to learn his traits as well.
So the regular season champion now trying to figure a way around the F1 world champion here at Watkins Glen. And again, Gilliland out in front, Logano a half a second behind him. Kyle Busch has moved in front of McDowell. Those guys will all have to come to pit road before we see the 34 of McDowell come to pit road.
Running on board with Chase Elliott right now as he works his way up through the S's. You mentioned how he's trying to figure out what he's racing against. Well, right now, the best way is to follow him through until you get the opening. That's exactly what Chase is doing right now. Closing up on the back bumper, looking to the inside, now the outside, going into the bus stop.
Kimi throws the block. Now they're going into the bus stop side by side. Chase backs out. Still right there on the back bumper. Looks to the inside now in the carousel. Going to be side by side to the carousel here. Kimi's going to give the spot to Chase on corner exit.
Kimi's showing everyone he didn't come here to ride around. He came here to race. Put a block on Chase Elliott. Forced Chase Elliott to get aggressive in another part of the racetrack. Made the pass, but everybody in this area is watching that happen, knowing now if you're going to pass Kimi, you're going to have to take it from him.
Yeah, some other names in front of Kimi. We have Joey Hand running 6. We've seen him in a lot of the road courses. That yellow car right there holding up the lines. Corey LaJoie, he cycled to the front. Just in front of him, or right behind him, excuse me, is that 41 of Cole Custer. That's who Chase is attacking here into 1.
That is the battle for the 7th position. Corey LaJoie in 7th. He's in the 7. Cole Custer in the 8, or in the 41 in the 8th spot. Here's Joey Logano. He's running in the 2nd position right now. And Kyle Busch, after that great restart, is still moving forward. He wants a piece of 2nd.
Yeah, it's a great run here by Kyle. He puts the pressure on Joey, and they get over the curbs there. Man, these cars abuse the curbs through the bus stop. They closed in a little bit on Gilliland right here. Joey trying to get up there and battle for that lead. Kyle Busch right behind him.
Yeah, really good battle. You see, now they're starting to run that traditional line, use all of the curbing. Todd Gilliland continue to do a good job. See, the 18 right there, Kyle Busch, a little bit of a wiggle getting into turn 6. A little bit of an over-braking, was able to get control.
And the 2-time champion Kyle Busch opened up this weekend about how difficult it has been not having a contract for next year to drive for Joe Gibbs Racing. He doesn't know what his future holds, and he said it's been sleepless nights. It's a big pass there by Logano as he goes by Gilliland. Logano in front of Gilliland now.
But Todd Gilliland wants it back. He'll move back to the inside of Logano, reclaim the lead before they even get to turn 2. But all that jostling has allowed Kyle Busch to close in, and it's also allowed another yellow car to close in. Michael McDowell in the 34 car. 4-car breakaway, 4-man free-for-all for the lead on the back straightaway.
Here comes Kyle Busch up on the inside of Logano. He backs out. Logano really overdriving the entries, really pushing a lot. We saw him slide the right front tire. Now down in the inside of Gilliland. Gilliland's car slowly going away here, struggling with the balance of the 38. He's going to give up several spots, being very careful on that outside in the wet. Oh, he's off the pace. He's off the pace, headed to you, Jeff.
Yeah, he's way off pace. You can see him wiggling the car back and forth. Is there any chance he's out of fuel? I don't know, but saw him wiggling the car. Yep, it's missing. Axle. As he goes, oh, yeah, as he went by me, you could hear the engine acting very oddly, saying he might have broken an axle. What a shame for Todd Gilliland with a good run going today.
We talk about the abuse over the curbing. That's something that can happen. As you jump over the curb, the weight comes off the rear tire. If you can land, it's not really an axle like it used to be going to a normal Ford 9-inch. It's a little bit different the way this drive system works, but it still takes power and brings it out to each rear tire. That's what sounds like the issue is on the 38 car. Not something you're going to be able to repair on pit road. So, of course, they'll do their due diligence. Marty.
They're going to check the rear end here. Remember, they finished top 5 at Indianapolis, so they're putting the rear tires on, Steve, but they do indeed think it's a broken axle. And a moment ago, Todd came on the radio, said something is broken in the driveline, no doubt about it.
Just too bad for Todd. Did such a nice job. Joey Logano still looking good, Rick.
Still out front. Kyle Busch running 2nd. McDowell is 3rd here at the Glen.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri.
Order for a Sonic Churro Shake.
I got the ice cream.
Sprinkling the cinnamon sugar and adding a churro on top.
Ready with the Sonic Churro Shake.
Crazy!
Sorry, Mom. It's amazing what you can build on AWS. Imagine creating cool stuff that can make ordering tacos a breeze and let you watch every shot from every player anywhere you want. Learn about investing in the coolest companies and watch your favorite team from the other side of the world. Just imagine what they can do when I'm in charge.
Whoa.
hook big ones. We get out and rip it. And we track them down. So crack a Mountain Dew and get out and do.
Ten laps to go in stage 2. You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series. Go bowling at the Glen. And let's see who is on the move. Power Moves are brought to you by the Propane Education and Research Council. The 18 of Kyle Busch, definitely on the move. Plus 30 since the start. So Kyle Busch, after starting this race, because they did an engine change after qualifying at the back of the field, all the way up to the second spot right now, chasing after Joey Logano.
Kyle Busch down this straightaway into the braking zone. Can't really close the gap on Joey. Keeping a nice little gap between him and McDowell. And we've seen, you know, the 18 car doesn't have the results, but they have had races like this, where they have been fast at some point or another, showing that the 18 and Kyle Busch still have the pace. A lot of odd things happening this year, Jeff.
Yeah, a lot of odd things. We've talked a lot about. He doesn't know what he's doing next year.
We got to spin, Jeff, over in the interloop, the bus stop. The 8 cars involved. Can't tell who that other is. 70 to 77 as well. Rockefeller. 8 car right there trying to get refired. Gonna get it started. Get over here on the asphalt so we can get out of there. Luckily, it looks like there's very minimal damage. You just hope those toe links are all straight there, Letarte.
Yeah, that would be my concern. I thought for sure they were going to get stuck in the mud, but he drove away no problem. So right now you see Logano leading Kyle Busch. But right here, I want to bring this to your attention. 2-stop strategy, which is what everybody on pit road thought was the best strategy. They only have one more stop ahead of them. Leading McDowell, second on that strategy. Chase Elliott, third, Chris Buescher. So while Logano is leading the race with Kyle Busch, those cars, Rick, only have to stop one more time. As we look at the top of the screen, it looks like some contact, Junior. I couldn't really see how it got started.
Everybody did such a good job right here trying to avoid. Everybody able to get through there without no problem. And Tyler Reddick, you know, lose a lot of track position. He's got the pace, though. They'll figure it out how to get in that track position back.
Marty.
So, Rick, all those strategies that Steve just talked about a moment ago, Chase Elliott and his team, they can do it on one more stop, but it's going to be tight on fuel. But Alan Gustafson opened up the green light for the end of the stage. Listen.
Talk to me about some strategy stuff and what I can do to help when you get a second.
We'll do. If you can make progress and potentially win this next stage, we'll do it. If not, just save what fuel you can so we can make it to our window. We're right on the number.
That fuel so tight, Dale Jr., but they're trying to make it on one more stop. So they want that playoff point, no doubt about it. 7 to go here in the stage. Talking to a couple of crew chiefs down here, they think, no doubt, Chase Elliott and those guys on the right strategy today.
See him right here in the bus stop. Right ahead of Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon having a pretty solid little run right here behind him. Joey Hand as well. These two guys are hanging on to the tail end of that 9 car, running right in 5th and 6th position.
Yeah, Ty Dillon, we talk, a lot about Kyle Busch not knowing what he's doing next year. Ty Dillon in the same situation. Noah Gragson going in this car. Starting next year, Ty Dillon is rehearsing, auditioning every single week for his ride, trying to show everybody in this sport that he can still get it done.
Number of seats running out, though, is the problem for drivers like Ty Dillon. When you have Kyle Busch out there also searching for a ride, potentially, if he's not coming back to the 18, he goes to the top of the list as far as drivers looking for positions.
Watching Ty Dillon go off course right there. Now he starts to face another challenge. It was Chase Elliott. Now it's Joey Hand. And further back as they come off the end of the front straightaway and diving down into turn number 1, Martin Truex Jr. in the 19. You've also got Ross Chastain around him in the 1. And you've also got Loris Hazelman's now flying around his outside as everybody now trying to work their way through the S's. And now here's Daniel Suarez right behind the 19. He's looking for real estate. He's got a lot of work to do to get by Truex.
Martin offline here. Going to go in there side by side with the 99. They're going to continue to battle through the exit. Suarez is going to get that position right behind him. Bowman now put the pressure on. Martin struggling today. Just don't have the good speed or the pace that we usually see from this 19 car. It's not been the same 19 car at the road courses since the next gen.
No, it's really not. Really struggled all year. Kyle Busch, though, having a really good day up in second place. I'd say this is the best we've seen a Toyota run all year on the road courses, but Truex struggling.
As we're riding along with Martin Truex Jr. and the Toyota onboard camera, you've got Denny Hamlin, who stayed on the rain tires a little too long, is a lap down.
Ed Vance here, and I'm at my favorite place again.
Sorry, did you say your name is Ed Vance?
That's me.
Like advance?
Crazy, right? And it just so happens he knows everything in advance.
Oh, you know the future? Did you know I needed 10W30?
No. I just know everything here in Advance Auto Parts, like where the 10W30 is.
So you don't know what I'll do next?
Actually, I do. You will be going to the oil aisle.
He's good.
He's Advance.
I spent a lot of time here.
He's here a lot.
This is how we advance. This is supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast. So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do?
No, don't!
Welcome to the fastest internet on the largest gig speed network.
Are you crying, Uncle Ed?
No! A little.
Only from Xfinity. Unbeatable internet made to do anything, so you can do anything.
We lost part of our forest to fire several years ago. We decided to stay and help it recover. People who have heavy machinery have the opportunity to reach out and help their neighbors for the common good.
Can I get a big dill cheeseburger?
Grill him a cheeseburger.
Add in the pickle fries. Almost done with the dilly ranch.
Order up. Sonic, big dill cheeseburger.
So, it's Friday night dinner. All of a sudden, boom. The kid's like, Dad, what is that? And you, Gecko, go, roar! Huh?
It's a bit too aggressive, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, sure, rewind it. How about this? Beg your pardon, but bundling your home and car insurance could save you hundreds. And then the neighbors are like, giant gecko? Huh? Who? The little girl's like, hi, Gecko.
Well, quite the commercial.
Yeah, I know, right?
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Download the official app of NASCAR, and you can follow the action with free live scoring. There's in-car cameras as well as a radio broadcast. Search NASCAR in your app store to download and start a free trial. Parker.
Kimi Räikkönen here on pit road with 3 to go in this stage here. He was one of those cars that got the slicks early, so just trying to connect the fuel strategy here for the 91. He makes his second stop, Dave.
And Martin Truex Jr. trying to find a way into the playoffs. Remember, one of his tasks today is to take care of the engine in that 19 car. Baby that motor so that he doesn't have the same problem that 2 of his teammates have had this weekend so far.
Little contact here between the 19
and
that 27.
Right here, the 19 has to get across the 27, maybe a little conservative on his time. The 19 trying to be quick. These are scheduled stops before the end of the stage because this man right here, Joey Logano, is going to take 2 to go right there, and that closes pit road. And now it's really between Joey Logano and Kyle Busch for this all-important playoff point. 2 drivers that feel they are off into the playoffs. They are going to try to win this stage for that playoff point. I couldn't tell who that was that just went by. That was slow. Oh, no. The 7 gas man. I think that's going to be a penalty for removing equipment. We'll have to hear what NASCAR has to say. But there was another car slow that they passed. I couldn't tell who that was.
It's just coming off of pit road as the top 2 going into the bus stop now. Marty.
So a moment ago, Rick, we told you Chase Elliott, Alan Gustafson told him, hey, if you can get the stage win, go for it. They have since backed him down. Listen to the radio.
How much help do you need, fuel-wise? As much as you can give us. When you got no pressure back, say what you can here. Good time to learn.
So, Steve, this was in their playbook from this morning, pitting at lap 17, which they did. They knew it would be tight to do it on one more stop. Chase tried to get the stage win, just not worth it, though. They're just trying to do it on one more stop, so he had to back way down on his pace.
As we see one to go in this stage right here for Logano. Rick, you know, you stop before you know you can make it. What's concerning, we haven't seen a lot of yellows in this stage, right? So there's a lot of green flag running. That's when you burn the most fuel. But a great battle right here for this stage win.
Comes down to Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. Right now, Logano's got about 3, maybe 4 car lengths in hand over Kyle. Kyle should just probably take this second place finish of this stage and then go to the final one. No need to put that car in a precarious position. Although he's done it before. The question is, can he do it in the next half lap?
I think Logano's certainly got a comfortable lead. Neither one of these guys are going to push that hard to make that type of mistake. I don't believe these 2 veterans. Kyle, though, getting a wide entry. That's a unique line into the carousel to be able to try to maximize the acceleration on corner exit.
Yeah, right now, Joey Logano coming to the end of this stage. Just no mistakes. Get in these corners easy. Don't try to leave too much speed on corner exit. Simply make no mistakes. Get this stage win.
Logano already 2 wins in the 2022 season and 3 stage wins. This will be stage win number 4 for Joey Logano as he takes the green and white checkered flag here at Watkins Glen.
Mike McDowell continuing a great run in the 3rd position. Chase Elliott, you hear all these cars shut off. They're going to save gas. The 7 of Corey LaJoie, we showed you that replay of the gas can sliding out. That is removing equipment. He'll have to start at the tail of the field for the 3rd stage.
A little more bumping and banging, and the racetrack drying up quite a bit, but it was Joey Logano even locking up that right front, still getting stage 2 win.
Oh, hey. Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to Vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales speak, no wasted time. Just straight up great cars. Right from your phone to your driveway. Go to Vroom.com and pick your favorite. Oh yeah, she digs it. Buy your car on Vroom.com. Vroom. Get in.
We're no etiquette experts, but biting into your McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich and ending up with a whole pickle slice dangling from your mouth isn't impolite. It's human. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we only serve those who honorably serve. All ranks, all branches, and their eligible family members. Yep, that is exclusive, and we're fine with that.
They have this unbelievable ability to literally drive a car on the edge of control.
That's the goal, right? Chance to race for a championship.
My life insurance policy's up to date. I know what I'm signing up for.
Be a husband, be a father, be a race car driver. To be the best, it takes everything that you have.
Everybody sees the success. Nobody's mind really goes to what it took to be successful. As an athlete and as a coach, I work out every single day. I wear UFOs because it provides recovery, and once you try them, you'll never wear another slide a day in your life. They are seriously life-changing footwear.
This is the feeling of certainty. The feeling that comes from knowing you're inspiring your customers, uniting your team, recognizing achievements, and expressing heartfelt thank yous with promotional products people use and love from the experts at 4imprint, your partners in creating special moments and memories by making people smile. Enjoy that feeling of certainty with promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
We'll do it. The next generation of Wi-Fi is here with supercharged speeds faster than a gig. Unbeatable internet made to do anything so you can do anything. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR. Coming up on Wednesday, Dale Jarrett will join the Bagman. That's right, Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone on the morning drive, and DJ's going to be the guest on NBC Sports on Sirius XM. Bagman, what do you think? You guys going to have enough to talk about?
Oh, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about. Pete and I always love catching up with DJ. If we're not talking about racing, could be talking about golf, could be talking about anything. DJ, what do you think?
Yeah, we can talk about anything, but I'll probably be talking a little slower because it'll actually be 6 o'clock where I'm going to be out in Scottsdale. But I'll get up, I'll get ready. Looking forward to it. Always a fun time covering what all is happening. What an incredible start to this day and this race, KP.
Listen, I'm not sure you can cover it all on the morning drive. You may have to do that 2 or 3 because there's been so much. Start in the rain. We saw some great drives. How about Michael McDowell? We talked to him earlier. He said, I'm feeling the pressure. I know this should be a good race for me. Daytona should be a good race for me. We have seen some spectacular drives out of Cup drivers and so many varying conditions. Kimi Räikkönen. We keep talking about Kimi Räikkönen. He's running the top 10. They've put him in position, and a lot of it's strategy. But so many things have happened here. This wet weather, this car, these drivers, it is an honor to be sitting here talking about Cup drivers today because they have shown what they're made of.
Yeah, but the thing that's going to come to play here possibly because we haven't really seen, other than the stage endings with the cautions, haven't seen any of that. There's some drivers that are going to be really close. They're going to have to save some fuel at the start of stage 3 here. So it could get very interesting as to who actually can and will make it.
Listen, I'm glad that I don't drive right now because staying on the racetrack and saving fuel are two things I'm not sure I could have ever done. I have to say, but it has been. We've seen some great calls on from the pits. We've seen some great strategies. We've seen so much positive stuff here today. It has been for these fans that sat here through the rain and they're sitting in the grandstand, and the ones at home that have waited it out. It's been a show, Rick.
It definitely has. As Joey Logano will lead Kyle Busch onto pit road, as well as others making their way onto pit road. Parker, in front of you.
Right, and that blue car back there is Ty Dillon, who finished 5th in stage 2 with this excellent run in these variable conditions. Very happy with the handling of that race car, saying it's turning well before Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel for him. They're going to tell him to wait on that fuel, Dave.
Stage winner Logano said, I need more turn, but I can't afford to lose the back end. He came into this race today, 3rd in playoff points. He'll get one more there, Marty.
Dave, these are the teams and drivers that pitted at lap 9 or 10. They will have one more stop today. Kyle Busch needs more front grip. They're thinking maybe on that final stop, fuel. Only a little drag race there between Kyle Busch and Joey Logano off of pit road. Stage 2 wrapped up. Logano wound up getting the stage win here at Watkins Glen, but all these guys will be way behind in track position.
Growing up, I was afraid of clowns. Yep, still am.
I love to make people smile. It's just what I do. So when Toyota gave fans the opportunity, I designed a funny car.
Is the clown car growing on me? Nope. But it has changed the way we celebrate in Victory Lane.
What will you design? Enter for a chance to win at sponsorfire.com.
Finished? Of course not. You know crispy, juicy, tender rookie. You know the crumbs at the bottom of the bag are the finale to your McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
For tires, I only trust Goodyear. So I wear Skechers with Goodyear rubber for incredible traction, durability, and stability. If Goodyear rubber can handle what this piece throws at it, just imagine how well it'll perform on your feet. Try Skechers with Goodyear.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri.
Cracked windshield?
Trust SafeLight. We'll replace your glass and recalibrate your vehicle's camera so automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning work properly. Don't wait. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush Light Beer.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Propane, environmentally friendly energy for everyone, and by Go Bowling. Go to gobowling.com to find a center near you. What a run it has been already for the 34 of Michael McDowell. He is out front, but it's not only the driver that's behind the wheel making things happen. It's an entire team effort, Dave.
Well, it certainly is, Rick, and we want to redirect folks to NBCSports.com to relive the story of Brett Sancelli and his sister, Courtney. Brett has dedicated his life to taking care of his little sister after she was involved in an auto accident early in their lives. Instead of being selfish and just worrying about himself, he took care of Courtney, brought her through life, watches over her every moment he can, even got the school to have her be the homecoming queen. And in dedication to her, the diamond on the left side of his chest doesn't have an S for Superman, but it has an H for heart, because that's what it's all about with the Sancellis, and Brett has shown that throughout life with his sister Courtney. Today, his driver has cycled to the front after pit stops and did not pit this time, so McDowell in position to win, and what a story it would be. Again, inspiring to watch. You need to go to NBCSports.com. Hear our Dustin Long narrate the story of Brett and Courtney Sancelli.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. What an incredible story that we have been able to be a part of on the pre-race show. And you can see that again, as Dave just mentioned. But a great story there for Brett Sancelli, his sister Courtney, and their family, and what they've gone through, and how giving that family is. But it's Michael McDowell who is out front of Chase Elliott and Joey Hand. Joey Hand's going to be on a little bit different strategy. He won't be able to get as far as the others will. But Marty, what about the 18 of Kyle Busch?
Had to come back down pit road. A penalty on that last stop, Rick. Kyle said, what happened? What was the penalty for? Ben Bayshore said, we were 1 inch over the front line. So when they did come back down pit road, Steve, they did top off with fuel, but Kyle Busch now even further back, going to have to restart in the 30th position.
Yeah, that's always, I mean, that is tough. So we talk about strategy. You see last pit on the left-hand side. You see the 18, 17, those laps right there, 16 for Stenhouse. They're trying to stretch the fuel to one more stop. You mentioned Joey Hand. I don't believe he can do it from lap 12. But Parker, a good run for this 15 car. Joey Hand consistently been behind the wheel at the road courses.
No doubt, Steve. And actually, the team just came on the radio and told him he's 2 laps short from being able to make it to the next window and just save fuel throughout this run, seeing if they can just hold on that track position.
That'd be an impressive strategy call if they can stretch it from 12. Before the day, I didn't even think you could stop before the stage with what I expected for fuel strategy. Marty and I had this conversation. He gave me his updates of what he's heard from some of the crew chiefs, and that's when it became apparent they could go farther than I was giving them credit for. But from lap 12, that'll be impressive for Joey Hand.
Once again, 2x2, the field getting ready for the start of stage 3. The final stage here, there are 47. It will be 46 laps to go. Field approaching the Geico restart zone. McDowell first into the gas in the 34. On his outside, the 9 of Chase Elliott. So good at this racetrack. Can McDowell hold him off? Through 1, he will.
And meanwhile, they're stacked up further back, bouncing off each other, sliding off course 4, 5 wide. As up front, they're looking 3 wide for the lead. Michael McDowell under attack now from Chase Elliott. Also, Joey Hand's in the mix. But Christopher Bell, Christopher Buscher, you've got a whole slew of cars now wrestling for real estate to the back straightaway.
The front 3 are singered out, but look at that pack behind them. Christopher Buscher side by side through the bus stop. Bell's going to take the position. Everybody behind him having to check up as Buscher lifts a little bit for the entry of the carousels. You watch the top 3 here. Michael McDowell, the 3 car around here. We got the 91 as well. The 91 car as well.
The 91's made contact with the wall, it looks like there, Junior. Oh, and the caution's out.
Kimi Räikkönen in the 91, and he has made contact with that inside wall. You see the flaps up on the hood.
You can see the damage to the tire barrier. See if we can get these cars started and moved away.
Yeah, I think the damage is on the left side of the 91. Looks like the left front has some damage. Oh, yeah, pretty heavy damage on the left side. Now that we're kind of getting around there with the camera, I believe this is going to end the day for Kimi Räikkönen. Unfortunate. As we talked about at the beginning of the show, I thought 90 laps would be just a great fun time. This Project 91. Let's take a look at it, Junior.
There you see in the middle of the bus stop, just some contact when the left rear quarter panel of the 3 car sends him around from the 1 of, I believe, Ross Chastain. Don't really see how Kimi is involved, but obviously ran wide probably on the exit. So right there, I believe the 1 car gets into the left rear, sending the 3 around, and Kimi is on the inside of all this and gets ran wide. He jumps a tire on the 27 car and sends him right into the tire barrier.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything the 91 could do at that point. Everybody stacks up. Oh, this would be a great shot at the 91. You're going to see him just get pushed left, right. There.
So Kimi Räikkönen had climbed out of the car, the AMR safety team there to help, and he is coming back out of the car now. Different, obviously, for Kimi Räikkönen, something he has not done before in the Cup Series. He will take the mandatory trip to the infield care center to get checked out. But Kimi Räikkönen, we saw him running up inside the top 10 early in this race. The F1 world champion, now out of the race after this incident on lap 45.
And all those cars that were reportedly very close on fuel, they love to see this yellow riding around, saving gas.
Caution has come out for the 3rd time here at Watkins Glen, this time involving Kimi Räikkönen.
Beautiful day in Baltimore, where most people probably know that Geico could save them money on car insurance, right? You see, the thing is, Geico, well, could help them save on boat insurance too. Hi. Okay, I'm ready to come in now. Hello.
I'm trying my best.
Seriously, I'm serious. Request to come ashore.
Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
I love the sauce, don't you? So it's not just ranch. It's got a little zing to it.
Yeah, like a dilly ranch. Don't dilly-dally with this. Get to Sonic.
Don't dilly-dally, run. Sonic, Big Dill Cheeseburger.
It is kind of a big deal.
You're a big deal.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
This is supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast.
So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do?
No, don't!
Welcome to the fastest internet on the largest gig speed network.
Are you crying, Uncle Ed?
No! A little.
Only from Xfinity. Unbeatable internet made to do anything, so you can do anything.
A guy like this, who relies on his truck for work, knows that his truck will take care of him if he takes care of his truck. And WeatherTech has always been the ultimate protection. From floor liners to no-drill mud flaps to tech liner for your truck bed to bump step to the handy under-seat storage system. And Cup Phone keeps phones secure in any cup holder. Order your American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
I'm freaking out. The Charlotte race, that's my due date too.
You're a little stressed about Paul maybe having his baby? That could be a detriment on the track.
Paul just called me Burial's water just broke. We gotta go. Oh, wow.
WWE Raw superstars Bianca Belair and Montez Ford take a spin with NASCAR legend Jeff Burton.
It's time to go fast. You ready? Yes! Go faster! Was that fun? I'm riding with the legend! Let's go! Oh, I live for this! I am the fastest! How was it?
like none other.
Don't miss Monday Night Raw and catch all the action of NASCAR only on USA.
That was amazing.
The NTT IndyCar Series has just 2 races remaining in their season after last night. Joseph Newgarden getting the win at WWT Raceway. Next stop is Portland, Oregon. Catch the action Sunday, September 4th. That's on NBC and Peacock. And we are in the 3rd stage here. You're watching NASCAR Cup Series. Go bowling at the Glen. Marty?
We have talked, Rick, about how tight this window is for Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson to make it to where they want to be, lap 56 or so. Here was a radio transmission when Stage 3 got going.
Any opportunities you get throughout this next stint to save, please do so.
So, Steve, what a welcome gift this caution is. I know it's only a few laps, but you're sitting on top of that pit box like Alan Gustafson. You wanted this.
Oh, yeah, but like I mentioned, we hadn't seen a lot of yellows in the middle stage, so an early yellow here helps. You can usually save, just a good rule of thumb is it takes about as much fuel to run 1 lap under green as it would to run about 2 or 2.5 laps under yellow. So that helps you get to your next window. Really, as we see 44 to go, they'll take the green at 43 to go. You know, I'm thinking these guys want to pit 34, 33, 32 to go, somewhere in there. I'd be interested to see, as you see right now, fuel remaining. It's starting to get very low on some of these cars.
Getting ready for the restart. Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, side by side. Once again, Chase was able to utilize that space just outside of turn 1 last time to get a great run for the lead as they're 3 and 4 wide behind him. Once again, 3 wide again coming into turn 2.
Michael McDowell's able to hang on to the lead. Chase Elliott's trying to hang on to second because here comes Christopher Bell. Bell in that yellow and black car will move his way to the number 3 position. You got Kyle Larson, Joey Hand there. Clean restart and clean run up to the S's.
Yeah, Joey Hand lost a couple of positions there on that restart through turn 1 and 2. Christopher Bell here now showing up on the stage. Larson as well rebounding from an earlier bus stop penalty to get himself into the top 4. But to the inside comes the 5 car of Larson trying to make a move on Christopher.
They'll be side by side. Now it's just a battle to the brakes. Who can outbrake whom? You can see right now the 5 car with forward momentum able to brake harder into turn 6, gets that position. Joey Hand behind trying to follow around.
Yeah, that fight for third won by the 5 of Kyle Larson as he's taking that spot over. It's still McDowell in front of Chase Elliott, then Larson. And right behind him, Christopher Bell trying to hold on to 4th.
Leaders come downhill into turn number 1. You're watching Kyle Larson there in the 5. You've got the 9 of Chase Elliott right behind race leader Michael McDowell. That 1-2 Hendrick Motorsports punch has been billed as the class of the field today. But they're going to have to get around Front Row Motorsports and Michael McDowell. McDowell now up to about 4 car lengths with the lead to the back straightaway.
Incredible race so far for Michael. He's really kind of been the guy to beat today. Look at a couple of names in the top 10 as well that we usually don't see. Stenhouse Jr. back there in 8th place. Eric Jones running well in 9th as well. Allmendinger's worked his way back up to 7th position after some issues early. We've got a battle for the lead, though, headed to you, Jim.
Michael McDowell got very loose in that carousel. Chase Elliott taking advantage of it. He's going to outbrake McDowell to take the lead. Now McDowell's got to just go and stay calm. Don't get upset. There's a long way to go. Keep racing hard.
Chase Elliott, 4 wins already in 2022. He's back out front. He's won here twice, looking to make it 3 times, but he still has to think about that fuel situation. Stopped a little bit earlier than Michael McDowell. McDowell has fallen back to 2nd now.
Chase Elliott now back into familiar territory, back to the top of the leaderboard. Michael McDowell, though, right behind him, about 4 car lengths as Elliott climbs the hill to turn 3. That's the left-hander. Here's turn 4. That's the right-hander that feeds onto the back straightaway. Chase's lead now, about 3, maybe even 4 car lengths.
Got to give it to this 9 team. The strongest team on the road courses over the last several years. Didn't quite have it figured out with the next-gen cars. Trackhouse was dominating, had the fastest cars, all the road courses earlier in the year. Chase Elliott's shown up, though, when it matters here at Watkins Glen.
Chase Elliott, you can see with his Xfinity cam, got a great shot as he enters turn 6. He's going to heavy brake, Downshift. Back to the throttle hard. Getting ready to go to turn 7. Another downshift. Heading to the front straightaway.
And every now and then we see the eyes of Chase Elliott glancing back up into the mirror as he looks back to see how much distance he's put between himself and that car of Michael McDowell. Now McDowell is under fire from the 5 of Larson. Larson continuing to close the gap on McDowell.
Right now about 1.5 seconds behind the race leader, a half a second behind Michael McDowell. Put that separation at about 3 car lengths now as they cross over into turn number 3. Good shot there of Kyle inside. Very cool, calm, and collected. Of course, you'll have that after you even win the Xfinity Series race here like you did yesterday.
You know, a lot of these drivers right here are on different fuel strategies. If Chase Elliott's saving, he's driving away doing it. McDowell, though, sitting right here in front of that 5 car, trying to maintain track position, but also trying to make his fuel mileage work. Again, the 5 car right on the right rear quarter panel through the carousel. Not able to really make a move, not able to put it sideways. He gets a little loose on throttle there.
Yeah, Bagley talked about how calm Chase Elliott looks. Let me tell you why. He is so fast. He is driving away.
Chase Elliott might not be able to see all the way back to 6th, but he might want to be told who's running back there because that's A.J. Allmendinger. Remember, he spun early, but Allmendinger has fought his way back. He's in the top 6 and a definite threat for the win here at Watkins Glen, but it's still Chase Elliott out front.
A.J. Allmendinger trying to crack his way back into the top 5 after that contact earlier with Austin Cindric. Right now, he's 3.54 seconds behind the race leader. He's been all the way to the back. Now he's working his way to the front, but he's got a whole lot more work to do, and he's got to get through some tough customers to get up there and wrestle for the lead and take it away from Chase Elliott.
You can see he's been sitting around this position for the last several laps, not able to close on Joey Hand. Joey Hand getting a lot out of this 15 car right now as he tries to close in on Christopher Bell. Just doing an incredible job. We know that this equipment is good equipment. Typically, though, we see it toward the back half of the field. Got a really talented driver back there behind the wheel making it happen.
Yeah, he's also helped several of the Ford drivers trying to hone their road course skills. Joey Hand's been a good addition to the Ford driver roundup. So important to be good on road courses. There's so many of them, you better find a way to be effective on them.
Elliott, McDowell, Larson, Bell. Bell running in that 4th spot. Time now for an exclusive Toyota Nonstop.
Hi, I'm Kurt Busch, and this weekend, my number 45 Camry TRD will carry the all-new Toyota SmartPath platform at Watkins Glen International. Unfortunately, I won't be behind the wheel, but Ty Gibbs, who has been doing an incredible job subbing for me, will certainly give all you fans a show. SmartPath is Toyota's all-new digital retail platform that enables customers to complete payment estimates, trade-in values, and more before even stepping foot inside a Toyota dealership. SmartPath is their fast track to an all-new Toyota, allowing customers to simply log in, drop in, and drive off in their new car.
And again, Kurt Busch, hoping he gets back a speedy recovery. He's out for this race and for sure Daytona. Hoping to see him back for the playoffs. He is still in the playoffs with that win, and there's still a fight right now for that 16th spot. There's Chase Elliott, McDowell, Larson. When McDowell was up front, that would have been the 16th different winner if McDowell could have held on. But right now, you can't count him out. Still running in that 2nd spot.
Here he comes down the hill into turn number 1, looking further back. Good battle stacking up there from 4th on back. Christopher Bell right now in 4th. Got Joey Hand there in the 15th. And then you've got A.J. Allmendinger who's trying to make that a solid 3-man fight. Then you drop back, and you got one more trying to get added into the mix. That's the 17th of Chris Buescher. So they were fighting for a position, but it seems like they've stabilized out, Dale, and no one's really tried to or able to make advancements there in that battle.
Yeah, the last lap through, man was all over the back of Christopher Bell in the carousel, but now you see Christopher with a little bit of a healthy gap there. And now A.J. trying to get to the back bumper of that 15 of Hand in attack.
Yeah, A.J. Allmendinger, we know how good of a road racer he is. We've seen him win so many Xfinity races, also Cup races. He's got his work cut out for him, though, passing Joey Hand, but he'll put a lot of pressure on him, try to force Joey into making a mistake. Joey will have to be on pit road before too much longer for fuel.
In the 10th position is Ryan Blaney, as we see the 15 of Joey Hand coming to pit road. Marty.
Joey Hand comes to pit road. They pitted at lap 12. You know who is thanking Chase Elliott profusely right now? You mentioned his name, Ryan Blaney. Blaney is sitting in 8th position right now. When Michael McDowell was leading, you mentioned it, Rick, he was out of the playoffs. Right now, Martin Truex Jr. all the way back in 21st, and that has dramatically changed the playoff standings. Right now, Blaney plus 39. We could be looking at a scenario next week, Rick, where Martin Truex Jr. might be in a must-win situation at Daytona. Final race of the regular season next week.
Riding on board to Kevin Harvick Ford. Thanks to Northern Tool for giving us this great shot. Watching his car work through the bus stop, little mud on the windshield. All that happens on the windshield, just like the camera. So the windshield gets dirtier and dirtier, harder and harder to see out of throughout the race.
Kevin Harvick in 12th place. It's been a battle for this team the entire weekend, coming off 2 wins in a row. This weekend's just not gone as smoothly as those has, but he is continuing to fight. He's worked himself up to 12th place.
What a hot streak Kevin Harvick's been on, won the last 2 races, and here he is running in the 12th position. In the pit stop wave, we saw Joey Hand a lap ago. Now it's Chris Buescher and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. who have decided to make their green flag pit stop. Parker?
Right, Steve, fitting out of the top 10 there for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A great run here on the road course, and now with about 35 laps to go, we'll see if he's able to connect this to the end, Dave.
Remember, Chris Buescher was the first one in to put slicks on versus the rain tires. So again, pitting a little bit early here. Their get-home lap, they're calling 55. We'll have to save a little bit to get from here. A little bit slow, waiting on the right-hand side, waiting for the fuel, and off he goes.
That's just how long it takes. When you are taking 4 tires with a single lug, you can change them for about 15 gallons of gas. These guys need their full 20 gallons. You saw how long they had to wait on fuel. The question now is Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, Kyle Larson. When will they pit? Everyone who has pitted, if a yellow comes out, they would cycle to the front. So it's risk versus reward. How far does the 9, 34, and 5 dare to go as the 5 gets really loose in turn 6? My goodness, that was a big save by Larson. Here comes McDowell. Larson will follow him in, so that answers your question. Elliott stays on the racetrack. Parker.
Right, and you saw it there in turn 6. Larson just struggling in that dirty air behind McDowell. They're just unable to get the car to do what he wants, and it's getting tight at times in traffic, and then you get that loose on the exit. It's 4 tires for him and filling it full of Sunoco fuel, Dave.
Crew goes over the wall, including tire carrier Brett Sancelli. They'll try to get Michael McDowell on and off pit road with a fast stop here, but again, waiting on fuel. Remember, 1 extra lap compared to Chris Buescher, who came in, and now they will send him away. Joey Logano on pit road as well. This will be their get-home lap. They put on left side tires and fuel it. He didn't have to take as much, right, Steve? He pitted later.
Yeah, so basically they're just trying to, they're afraid of those yellows, Dave, right? So they're coming right now. They don't have to wait as long for the fuel. You see what the advantage is, Dave. Great point. He catches right back to the 34 because the 22 had the requirement of less fuel. I assume the 9 will come this time. But Burton, how about that save by the 5?
Yeah, Kyle Larson. Watch him as he gets into turn 6. Downshifts, tries to throttle up, and just sideways trying to go to that throttle. Rear tires did not hook up. That shows you how hard you got to drive these race cars.
So now risk reward. You see the 9 stand on the racetrack.
Come
this next lap. So right now, Alan Gustus is saying just no yellow. Let me just get this 9 on the pit road before the yellow comes out, or we will lose our track position to these cars. Parker.
See AJ Allmendinger pitting here from the top 5. Really fast race car here as we went into the dry conditions. He told me he was really happy with this race car after yesterday's practice and that they were, quote, in the ball game, Marty.
Here comes the group who pitted at lap 17. Among those guys, Ryan Blaney coming to pit road right here, saying he lost the handle a little bit towards the end of that run. No word on Chase Elliott's radio as to when they would pit. You see that big wedge adjustment for Blaney as well. Interesting to keep in mind, Tyler Reddick and also Kyle Busch came down. Flash of fuel only for both of those cars. Remember, they topped off under that last caution, so we'll see if they gained a lot of track position as well. Look at that track race off pit road. Chase Elliott is still on the racetrack.
Chase Elliott going through turn 6 and coming up on turn 7. Good opportunity for him to make his way to pit road this time, and he will.
So now it's basically Chase Elliott against his teammate Kyle Larson. On the upper right hand, you see the 5 going through the bus stop on the track map. The 9 is on pit road. Larson, the first car on the racetrack that can make it to the finish. So this would be control of the race. That is a long time on pit road, Marty, for the 9 of Elliott. Slow down there to his stall. We'll see if he can beat the 5 out.
I would bet it's excruciating for the driver. This is exactly the lap Alan Gustafson wanted to hit pit road. When I talked to him this morning, lap 59, got to pull the windshield wiper up to get that tear-off off. Chase Elliott said, I think I hurt the front tires early in that run. That's on me. Wants no other changes otherwise. Waiting on all the Sunoco fuel to get in. Now let's watch the blend. Going to be tight with his teammate Kyle Larson.
I believe the 9's going to have it. We've seen this when people are putting dries on that exit of pit road, kind of shortcuts turn 1. Look at the big advantage. That short pit exit around turn 1 puts the 9 back out in front of the 5. Currently not the leader of the race. They're in 6th and 7th respectively, but the first 2 cars on the racetrack that can make it to the finish on fuel.
Larson, McDowell chasing after Elliott now, but it's still Custer, Cindric, LaJoie, Austin Dillon, and Rockenfeller that are the top 5.
Chase Elliott coming out of the bus stop into the carousel. Downshifting hard. Right behind him, Kyle Larson. McDowell not far behind them. Those 3 cars right now setting up to race to the finish.
Big advantage for these cars. Look at the gap that they've created. If you need to save fuel, now's the time. You got a teammate behind you. If you're Chase Elliott, you got McDowell multiple seconds behind. If you need to save a little fuel, you can do it right now.
Out in front, 2 Hendrick drivers. It is Larson chasing.
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things Carvana does. See, Roger wants to sell his car, stat. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy. So does Carvana's customer advocate, Caitlin, picking up his car at promptly 10 a.m.
Hi, are you Roger?
Berglund, with the Honda Accord? Yes, I am. It's right over there. Will I be getting...
And he loves that Caitlin pays him on the spot. Yep, Raj, it's the little things that drive you happy. We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
It's the all-new Subway Series menu. 12 irresistible new subs. Like number 6, The Boss. Pepperoni kicks it off with meatball smothered in rich marinara.
Don't forget the fresh mozzarella.
Don't you forget who the real boss is around here. It's Subway's biggest refresh yet.
In my experience, if you work the land, you got to be a jack of all trades. You got to have a little bit of optimism, a little bit of idealism, and a whole lot of get-go.
Verizon Frontline is built for those we all rely on. Built to prioritize first responders. Built for extreme conditions. Built for America's most reliable 5G network. Because when seconds count and lives are on the line, the people we rely on need technology they can rely on. Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety. Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
They have this unbelievable ability to literally drive a car on the edge of control.
That's the goal, right? Chance to race for a championship.
My life insurance policy's up to date. I know what I'm signing up for.
Be a husband, be a father, be a race car driver.
To be the best, it takes everything that you have.
It's NASCAR Cup Series racing. Go bowling at the Glen. And our aerial coverage this afternoon, once again, brought to you by Geico as we look down on this facility. Out front, it's still Cole Custer, Corey LaJoie, Austin Dillon, Rockenfeller. They are still out in front of the 9 of Chase Elliott and the 5 of Kyle Larson, but that is because they have not come to pit road. They're going to need a little bit less fuel than those other guys, Steve, but the time on pit road is going to push them back. They'll probably come back out in the 14th, 15th position.
Yeah, they're basically just using this clean air. I mean, these are the fastest laps that Cole Custer's run today just because of the clean air. Same for LaJoie, Austin Dillon, Mike Rockefeller. Out of that traffic, they're kind of enjoying a little bit of clean space. And to your point, we'll have shorter pit stops. That's the strategy call for these 4.
The third caution came out earlier today, and it was for the 91 of Kimi Räikkönen. He went to the infield care center, and Parker caught up with him just moments ago.
Kimi Räikkönen released from the infield care center here. Kimi, you're involved in that incident out of the bus stop. Was there anything you felt you could have done different there to avoid it?
Yeah, I wasn't very involved with it until I had a good line there, but everybody seemed to come on the left. Unfortunately, I had no time to react, and yeah, the impact was small. Apart from the first impact, somebody hit the tire or the wheels directly, and the wheel spun, and yeah, something wrong with the wrist, but that's how it goes.
I know it was shorter than you wanted, but did you enjoy yourself here in the NASCAR Cup Series?
Yeah, it was good fun, you know, and yeah, I felt more confidence all the time, and you know, had some good battles, and yeah, it's a shame. I think the car felt like it had a lot of speed in there, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Will we see it come back?
Well, we'll see. I don't know myself either, so.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Kimi Räikkönen, again, the F1 world champion. Was running up as high as 9th at one point in time during the race after they switched from the rain tires to the racing slicks, and was looking very impressive until that incident in the bus stop. Still up front, it's Custer. He hasn't come to pit road yet. Will have to do that, as will LaJoie, Dillon, and Rockefeller. Now Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, those 2 can make it all the way to the end, as well as Michael McDowell. And there's Christopher Buescher in the 17, just in front of that 43 of Eric Jones.
He has been involved in the battle with Eric Jones for a while, but he's also been involved in this huge pack of traffic in the back half of the field. Right now, he's been able to break free. Chris Buescher has been able to break free of Eric Jones, and right now, he's in the 16th position.
Yeah, a lot of cars on so many different strategies, and there were some short pit stops that have sort of cycled him back behind a few cars that are on older tires, taking advantage of those newer tires and the pace in the car. Taking a few passes here, trying to drive. As you see the 11 and the 4, those guys kind of riding in the back of the pack earlier in the race, working their way midway through the field.
Yeah, we got 14 car in trouble.
Yeah, it looks like an innocent spin, maybe a little damage to the right front on a 14 car. Let's take a look here. Heading on down into the braking zone. Him and Chastain getting pretty aggressive. Oh, Ross spins. Both cars spin.
They chased each other through the mud, it looked like.
Yeah. Maybe there was a reason he was chasing him through the mud. I don't know. Ross continues on, as does the 14.
There's the 14 of Briscoe. Had a good run early on. And now Briscoe after the spin.
There you see the lead right there, at least between the 5th and 6th place car, Chase Elliott and Larson. Still waiting on the top 4 to come to pit road at some point. Chase Elliott, though, seems like to me he's kind of putting a little bit of the distance between him and the 5 car.
Yeah, you really wonder right now, what is the strategy with these 2 guys right here? Look, you can't even see McDowell behind them in the picture. So clearly they're running hard, but you wonder if they need to be running this hard. Maybe save a little bit of tire. Maybe that would be in their best interest. See a good battle right here. Buescher underneath the 19 of Truex. Truex continuing to struggle today.
15th and 16th for Buescher and Truex Jr. as they come out onto the front stretch. Truex Jr. out of the playoff picture. Ryan Blaney currently in based on points, Dave.
And Rick, it's just been a tough day for Martin Truex Jr. The good news is the motor is still operating well in this Toyota Camry. The bad news is the handling and the speed have not been there for Martin. He said he just had no grip anywhere the last time before he came down pit road. James Small promised he would give him a little bit of a fix. Little less of a complaint on the handling now, but way, way too far forward for Truex to go to make something out of this day. Currently running now way down in the field, Rick, and it's just not been a good day for the guy that needs a win to get in the playoffs.
He's in that 16th spot right now. And Parker, we see Cole Custer coming onto pit road now.
Right, and this should be a fairly fast stop as you see the fuel there. The team goes over to put tires on. So he pitted from the lead here like we saw Austin Cindric do, but they're electing to do 4 tires. Cindric was able to rejoin around 13th or 14th. We'll see where Cole Custer is able to rejoin after this pit stop.
So let's just see where this works for Cole Custer, right? We know he's not going to take the lead. Chase Elliott's easily going to go by, but we see, all right, so we see Cindric right there. Cindric is the 13th place car. I'm thinking somewhere inside the top 20 for this 41 car. We see Buscher come by right here. So now he has fresher tires. He knows he's good on fuel. Tires haven't been a huge advantage, but look, I mean, Truex, we just talked about his day. He's running 16th, the 41 car. That was a nice strategy call by the 41. Run up front, run those fast laps, come in, need less fuel, quick stop, and it puts him back on the racetrack. I mean, inside the top 15, that's...
Well, we got a spin in the bus stop. The 51 car is around.
Cody
Ware, he's going to try to rejoin here. Not impeding anybody else's progress as he does that. Just got into the bus stop just a little bit too hard here. And there he goes. Great job sort of avoiding any kind of issues there, getting it turned around.
So now you see the 77 of Rockenfeller to come to pit road. So to put it in perspective, Austin Dillon was running in the mid-30s on this restart. So when he pits and he reblends, if he's anywhere inside the, say, top 25, it's a huge gain. Inside the top 20 is even better because I don't believe the 3 thinks they have a car that can drive up 10 spots. So, you know, we talk a lot about strategies to win, but everyone on pit road is grinding over how you can get your driver any positions possible. Marty.
Remember, they pitted on lap 46, so much further than everybody else. All the guys coming right now, lap 42. And your point's exactly right. If you're Justin Alexander, Steve, you kind of take this gamble, see what you can get out of it. But from lap 46, I mean, there's no way, Steve, right? I mean, there's no way they could make it. Couple cautions, though. They have no indication of coming to pit road so far for Austin Dillon. In fact, they just told him, you're the leader. He went, really? I am?
Yeah, so, you know, I'm a little surprised here because I don't believe there's any way they can make it. I mean, it would be a long ways. I shouldn't say no way. It would shock me. But now the concern, the risk is a yellow. You know, now he kind of is going to go by everybody that stays out. But now, Justin Alexander, the crew chief of this car, might think that 20th on back comes for tires and fuel anyway. So it'll be interesting to see Corey LaJoie right behind him. The 9 of Chase Elliott running him down.
Yeah, 4 seconds back is Chase Elliott right now for that lead as well.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman?
Nope. He's switching his choice cashback category to gas. The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
When you hear best-in-class range or best-in-class fuel economy, you may be thinking of really tiny cars. And you'd be really, really wrong. The Ram 1500, exceeding expectations again. No wonder more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
Dad, which one's your favorite?
I'm gonna go with Josh.
Yes. I'm sorry, what? I was talking about the types of chicken.
Come on, you know I love all my chickens. He is a really sweet kid, though.
Did you just fist bump?
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yup. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently with expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here, and here? Not yet. But down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, or overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond the expected.
In the future, everything will be powered by renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions? An energy source that's available right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is, and it's propane. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
Saturday, Premier League mornings is on NBC and Peacock. Arsenal. Fulham. It's a London derby. Premier League mornings, Arsenal. Fulham on NBC and Peacock.
Can you spot the snake?
Push all the way up. All the way up with your foot.
Ryan is really struggling.
Don't look like a snake.
But me with my chicken arms could do it. I feel like something is snaky here.
Snake in the Grass. All new, Mondays after all.
NASCAR fans, don't let anything pass you by. The official app of NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information from all your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store to download for free.
Watching Chase Elliott here try to close in on the back of the 3 car. Austin Dillon is going to be taking that position for the lead here soon, Jeff.
Yeah, Chase Elliott has been running Austin down quite a bit of lap. Can take his time, does not have a lot of pressure behind him yet. Larson about 15 car lengths behind him. There's Larson in his rearview mirror. Right here, I think Chase Elliott will be able to turn and just go to the right a little bit and outbrake Austin Dillon into turn 1.
Right now, it's the 9 and the 5 that have separated themselves from the field. Of course, the 34 of McDowell, he is back there, but he is a good 8 seconds behind the top 2.
Chase Elliott exercising great restraint right now, not putting himself or that car in any sort of a bind to reclaim the lead. It's going to happen. The question is where and when. He is drawn up 2 car lengths off the back bumper of Austin Dillon for the point.
Not in any position, though, to make a pass, even in this break zone right here. And you see Larson closing in. Larson gained a lot of time the last time by, now underneath the second behind this 9 car. Chase is going to try to look to the inside here. Austin Dillon's going to let him go into the carousel. Also, the 5 car going to try to fall in there and take that position as well to fall into second. Right on the back bumper, this 9 of Chase Elliott. Chase is going to look in the mirror. He's going to have some company.
Yeah, Chase Elliott may have gotten a little bit too patient with Austin Dillon right there. Has allowed Larson to wind up, cut that deficit in half, just why Chase Elliott not being able to get around Dillon as fast as he needed to.
Last 2 champions fighting now for the Watkins Glen win here. The 9 of Chase Elliott and the 5 of Kyle Larson. Larson closing the gap. He's less than 3/4 of a second behind race leader Chase Elliott.
18 laps to go, and it comes down to Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. They've been the talk of the racetrack all weekend long as the teams to beat. In that order, by the way. You talk to people in the garage, they'll say, man, that 9 and that 5, they're stout. But Chase Elliott has a winning record here at Watkins Glen. But then again, Kyle Larson does as well. He won yesterday in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race.
Coming to 17 laps to go. This will be a good judge of speed and pace between the 2 vehicles when we get this back to the start-finish line. The last time by, Larson was a half a second faster than Chase Elliott. What kind of lap time will they run this time?
Yeah, how awesome is this? Being able to ride along with both drivers, see what they're doing, how they brake, how they downshift, where they do all those things. We got a Hendrick battle for this win.
This is a great shot right up top. You see on the left side, that's Chase Elliott working, and to his right, that's his rear bumper. Looking back at Kyle Larson. On the bottom, Kyle Larson, and it's his roof camera looking out at Chase Elliott. So you see the work, and you also see the distance between the 2. Look at the work they put in and the precision required to run these laps.
It's amazing watching them come through this portion of the racetrack, Stevie, with the laser precision that they've been doing it all day. You're looking back from Chase Elliott. You're looking forward from Kyle Larson as now we go over top and watch how they attack this racetrack and the lines that they use in which to attack it. They're headed to the inner loop.
That last lap, the 18 car, Kyle Busch is around. This looks down toward turn 1.
That's Kyle Busch. He's got looped around, and now he'll spin the car back around. That blue flag alerting everybody in that portion of the racetrack that there is something askew, but he does get the car righted. And I know a lot of people wanted a caution flag right there, but he just doesn't get it. They don't get it. But Kyle Larson, or I make that Kyle Busch breaking loose on his own in the straightaway between 1 and 2 with a little pop to the Armco on the inside.
Yeah, hit pretty hard. You wonder about that toe link, that rear suspension piece, and if it would survive. Take another look at it as you divide. I think maybe a little moisture or maybe just got loose, but watch this hit. I mean, that's a pretty solid hit. That could bend a suspension component, so we'll have to just see as the 18 rejoins how it goes. Guys, Kyle Larson ran into him last night. We congratulate him on his win in the Xfinity Series, and he had something great to say. He said, when I was chasing William Byron and Ty Gibbs, I had a judge in front of me. I didn't overdrive a corner all day. And he said, all of a sudden, those two wrecked, and I was the leader. I went into turn 1 for the first time. I don't know where I lived. He said, I didn't have a mark. I had been chasing people. That comes to mind as we ride with Kyle Larson, because that's what he's doing again, right? He is judging everything off from Chase Elliott. He kind of has a rabbit to follow. Now, listen, he closed out the Xfinity Series race. I think he was being a little humble about his talent. But it was interesting that it was that much different for him the first time leading that race. Marty.
You got to love this Hendrick Motorsports head-to-head battle for the win here at Watkins Glen. Kyle Larson trying to make his way through some lack traffic. Interestingly, you see right in front of Chase Elliott is Ross Chastain, and he said on the radio a moment ago he could see that he was catching the one. He said, talk to that one. Make him let me by if you can. But I love this clear visor. You can see Chase Elliott watching Kyle Larson. Meanwhile, behind the wheel, Kyle Larson only focused ahead. Only one misstep today for the 9 team. Chase Elliott said it was on him. He ran too hard early in the run. He's going to have to hold on and keep his teammate behind him these final 15 laps, Parker.
Right, Marty. If Kyle Larson is to beat Chase Elliott, you've been seeing how he's been catching at times. Now just lost a bit of time there as they were going through those different corners of traffic. But it was watching him down in the bus stop. I had an interesting conversation with some of the HMS teammates, and they said after qualifying, they were looking at the data, and Chase Elliott had about 2/10 on all of them through that section right there in the bus stop. But the closest of all the drivers there with him was this 5 car of Kyle Larson, who now the team just came on the radio and said he was matching him in the bus stop, and all he had to do was just correct his entry into 7. Otherwise, he's matching the 9 toe-to-toe. We'll see if he can run him down and try and get by him for this win.
During those updates, we saw the 7 of Corey LaJoie come to pit road. He took gas only. So we'll see where that puts him back in the running order. Cindric, it's been a little bit of a quiet day out of Cindric. There's a couple times he popped up. He's currently running in the 11th position. Right behind him, Eric Jones. This 43 car continues to impress me, Rick. Every time we see him, he's getting more out of this equipment than what I thought I have seen out of it. And then Harvick, 2 race wins in a row. He's feeling pretty good right there behind him. What a great view. Northern Tool on board this 4 car with this in-car camera. This just really shows you the 2 cars in front of them and the work they're putting in.
When we look at the lap times of the 2 leaders, though, last couple of laps, Chase Elliott a half a second faster than Larson. The last 3 laps a half a second faster. So driving away back to a 2-second lead, opened up that 2 seconds quickly.
Watching this battle coming into turn 2, the battle we're describing just outside of the top 10 between Eric Jones and Kevin Harvick. Of course, you're on board with Harvick right there. He's trying to track down Eric Jones. That's been a good battle that's been developing for about the last 5 or 6 laps. It has just left the S's and is headed to the bus stop.
Harvick was way in the back early in this race when the track was wet. Not really confident in the car, and the teams worked hard, and the drivers worked hard to put themselves in this position following Cindric. Eric Jones right there around the carousel. Could be another good, solid finish for this 4 car.
Yeah, look at Eric Jones. Steve said it, just continuing to impress, doing a nice job, putting pressure on Austin Cindric. You know how good of a road racer Austin Cindric is. And I'd say a good day, although Kevin Harvick, we've seen him 2 wins in a row. Look at a move by Eric Jones, an aggressive move. Kevin Harvick should be able to take advantage of this as well.
Eric Jones taking 12th away from Cindric, and Harvick also looks to the inside of Cindric. He wants a position also. And the 43 is going to lead them into turn number 1. Harvick follows him, and he takes that spot away from Austin.
Oh, the chase has got around the 1 right there. Sorry, Bagley, I was going to mention the 3 of Austin Dillon. I had talked about that strategy. We saw him run up front for a long, long time. He just pitted, came down, and got some fresh tires and some fuel. And I think he's going to cycle inside the mid to late 20s. So we'll just have to see if the strategy works out. So he's in front of Harrison Burton. Harrison's running 27th. We talk about strategy calls. Restarted 32nd, blended 27th. I don't know if I'd call that a huge win, but now he has the freshest tires. If the yellow does come out, he'll feel confident to stay on the racetrack. Now he's thinking, it was so much more fun when I was leading. Up front there, all by myself.
The gap between 1 and 2 still growing. 2 seconds separating Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Listen in to Chase Elliott's audio.
You're good, bud. We're 2 laps better than the 5. Just take care of your stuff. If you can pad the fuel, that's fine, but don't let them get close to you.
Oh, big contact from the 15 of Joey Hand. This might bring the caution out that the 3 was looking for, those fresh tires. Stack them up and do it again. This could get interesting, Rick.
Caution comes out for the 4th time. He was running 15th.
Yes, heavy damage.
Right rear quarter damage. The spoiler looks okay, but the top of the quarter is pushed in, maybe rubbing the tire. No smoke yet.
So a restart, Steve.
Well, first the decision is who pits and who doesn't. All the leaders, they're kind of committed. Let's take a look at what happened to this 15. Oh, he just gets loose. So he pulls to the inside of the 19 to make the pass, just loses the back of the car. In the old car, we would have talked about wheel hop into that tire barrier. You see the space behind the tire barrier. That's on purpose to allow that to slide. So I think he just locks the rear tires or just gets loose. There's still road tire. I didn't see a tire slide. Just too much speed. Misjudged the entry, turned down in there, got loose. Truex has thankfully slid in front of him. This is going to get your attention right here if you're trying to save some points on board with Truex. Look to your right. Here he comes. You know, it's going to be interesting.
Go right. You're clear.
I want to hear what Joey Hand has to say about that. Hopefully I have a chance to talk to him, or maybe we'll hear on the radio. But very talented road racer. That was a pretty big misjudgment on speed, so I don't know if he had an issue with his race car, but I mean, he was 5-10 miles an hour faster than the 19.
Similar to what we saw out of Kyle Larson when he slammed into
it's
Dylan.
Crazy. So back to your point about the restart. So Elliott, Larson, McDowell, Allmendinger. I'm actually excited to see how fast Allmendinger can run because he put some really good lap times down. So can he compete with those 2 Hendrick cars? But the real decision is, you know, can you afford to come to pit road or not? We know the leaders won't, but somebody is. Somebody mid-pack or towards the back is going to put some fuel on to make sure you're good for a green-white checkered, put some fresh tires in it. So we'll have to just see if and who decides to pit.
Ross Chastain is going to get the free pass. He was just passed by Chase Elliott to go a lap down, so he was the highest scored lap down car.
Yeah, and just a quick update, we saw Kyle Busch spin around and hit that Armco. They had to come to pit road, change tires, small repairs. I couldn't see what exactly they changed, but he is a lap down as well. Will not be the free pass this time. So if you're a Kyle Busch fan, currently 34th, 1 lap down.
Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, they have been fighting over the last few laps for the lead. Elliott has it and had been putting a little distance between himself and his teammate. McDowell running in the 3rd spot, Allmendinger 4th, Reddick is 5th. Remember, McDowell is in a position, if he were to win this race, and we have seen it where 1 and 2 take each other out fighting for that top spot. If McDowell's able to win this race, that would be 16 different winners, and that playoff picture gets very tight, especially for drivers like Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr.
So on board with Truex, remember, came in at 26-point gap. He's currently 4 spots in front of Blaney with a car that he has not liked all weekend long. The Toyotas have not been great. There was some engine concern. They're all still running. So the real question now, though, is you know, will it take a win or will it take points? Truex has never won on the super speedway. You know, Blaney won there just last summer, so he has to feel like he needs a win, but if it comes down to points, every point's going to matter. So now with 10 to go, Blaney is running 18th, Truex 14th. If Truex pits, does Blaney chase him? If Truex stays out, does Blaney decide to pit to get on new tires? And regardless of what they do, think about the restarts we saw at Indianapolis, at that road course. I don't think it'll be quite 5 wide here at Watkins Glen, but turn 1 is going to get busy. So first the decision time is, do you pit? Yeah, not shocking that the front 10 or 15 don't pit, but someone, I think, is going to think tires matter.
Pit road is open.
Cindric just showing his hand. No, they're just messing with each other. Nobody's pitted. We see Truex go by. So here you go. The guys at the back of the field, including William Byron, they're going to pull some of the guys at the back onto pit road. But the 2 guys, Blaney and Truex, did stay on the racetrack.
So a few takers on pit road, but they are far in the back. It will be a battle between Elliott and Larson when we return.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
We're no etiquette experts, but biting into your McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich and ending up with a whole pickle slice dangling from your mouth isn't impolite. It's human. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's really hard to win these races. The best in the world out there competing. Yeah. When you get it done, it's a hell of a feeling.
Let's go, boys.
When you grow up a race car driver, you dream of getting to race at Daytona.
This is the biggest race of the season because it determines who will make the playoffs.
Daytona falls at such a crucial time in our playoffs, and you go to that race knowing that anybody can win.
We end our regular season there with a lot of pressure, obviously, for some people trying to get into the playoffs. It's just a totally different atmosphere and intensity than when we go there for the Daytona 500.
Final race of the regular season, and it will be on NBC for the Cup race and Countdown to Green and Xfinity Series racing on USA on Friday night. So a Friday, Saturday nights matchup. Xfinity Series Friday on USA, Cup Series on NBC and Peacock. All right, Steve, not locked into the playoffs, but they have won at Daytona. Imagine if it comes down to this and all of these drivers have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
So the conversation in February, the first time we went to Daytona, is don't come back to Daytona needing a win or scared that if someone wins, it eliminates you for this reason. All of these names have won there before. They could win again. I mean, Austin Cindric proved it, right? He broke through as a rookie, winning the Daytona 500. So anything can happen. But how about this? Anything can happen here.
Well, Steve, look who's up front. You've got McDowell. He's not locked into the playoffs. You've got a little further back, Buescher, not locked into the playoffs as well. Those two up front and close and good on road courses.
Well, we saw yesterday that if you think someone's going to win the race, just wait. You got to run every lap in every corner. We saw the two fastest cars take each other out.
Side by side. 9 laps to go from the Glen. Larson on the inside. Chase Elliott on the outside. Fans on their feet here at Watkins Glen. They fan out as they go into turn number 1. McDowell, a little contact from Reddick behind him. Smoke as they drive up the racetrack, and they're 4 wide coming out of turn number 1, and it's Chase Elliott out in front of Larson.
Elliott will grab the lead. Larson will follow him through into the number 2 position. But here comes A.J. Allmendinger. He'll go to 3rd, and Joey Logano banging quarter panels and wrestling his way into the 4th spot as they race up the backstretch.
A.J. Allmendinger, that's the guy that's dangerous right here for these 2 leaders. Larson following the 9 car. Look at those cars lift off the ground over the curbs. I think Chase Elliott's got a lot left in the tank in his 9 car. We're going to see some incredible laps out of him here with 8 to go.
I think Kyle Larson knows that as well. I think Kyle's got to push exceptionally hard right here if he's going to have a shot. We saw Chase Elliott driving away from Kyle Larson on older tires. So right now, push as hard as you can.
Chase Elliott now with a 2-car length advantage over the 5 of Larson. Larson still trying to track him down, but he has time. 8 laps remaining here at the Glen. Elliott in front. Larson running second. Allmendinger, a full-time Xfinity Series driver, in the 3rd spot.
Chase Elliott running for his life right now. He's trying to keep Kyle Larson and A.J. Allmendinger both behind him. So far, so good for Elliott. He's been able to leg it out over Larson by about 5, and then it's another 2nd and a 3rd.
We got to spin over here in 7, in between 6 and 7. The 27 car is going to probably get stuck in this sand trap. There's going to be a caution. There will be a caution. He just cannot get out without assistance. The yellow is out.
Lawrence Hessemans is stuck in the gravel pit. Caution is out. Another restart.
A single car incident, came in here by himself, lost the car. Look how deep it's dug itself into the sand pit. The sand pit's there to slow the car down so it doesn't impact the wall on the other side of it. The negative is, once you get in them, you're stuck.
So this will take a little while to get the 27 out of that sand or gravel pit. Jeff, right in front of you.
Yeah, you can see him just overshot the corner and just never could regain control of the car, and now he's just along for the ride right into the gravel pit.
Two-time Euro Series champion. Was running in the 32nd position as now the track crew has gotten to him. We'll see how long it takes for them to pull him out, but now under 7 laps to go with this field going by the start-finish line. Crew working as quickly as they can. While we've got a minute, let's check in with the Peacock Pit Bach, and it's DJ and KP. Guys, what are you thinking about the finish of this one?
Listen, I have no idea. The most dangerous thing in cup racing is restarts, okay? And we're giving these guys additional opportunities to take shots at Larson and at Chase. Have you seen anybody out of that pack that you think can?
I don't think A.J. Allmendinger has the car to keep up pace-wise, but this restart, he knows if he gets in front, then he's going to be extremely hard to pass. And so I look for A.J. to maybe take an extra chance here, trying to get down into turn 1 and seeing what he can make happen. And as you point out, that's the most dangerous thing, is someone trying to make it happen, and then all of a sudden, everything you've worked for is gone.
We've seen it all year long. Turn one in Indy, turn 1 everywhere we go. We saw him fan out there. We saw a lot of blocking. We didn't see a lot of contact, but then you have these incidents like this. This is a gravel trap, okay? Yeah. I thought they took all of them away from Watkins, but this is a gravel trap. It takes a couple extra laps. We know a couple of guys are good on fuel. Out of this pack, when you look at the day that Michael McDowell has, it's been a phenomenal day.
Yeah, Logano's had a great day. You look at Reddick up in there inside. Christopher Bell coming from the rear with that. Eric Jones up inside the top 10, and Chris Buescher there. So a lot of good days for a lot of people, Parker.
Right, DJ. And Kyle Larson was hounding Chase Elliott there. It seems like they're so evenly matched. Catch up with Cliff Daniels, Kyle Larson's crew chief. So where do you think Kyle needs to find a little something to beat the 9?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for sure. Our HinderCars.com Chevy team, we've executed a great race. I think we've got a good car. You know, the tough part is the 9 car is great too. And Chase has done a good job of executing his race. I think they're going to race each other really hard and really clean for the end. I hope we've got a little something left in the tank. It'll be interesting to see, you know, where we can get it. I don't know if it'll be in the bus stop or if it'll be a good 6 to 7 exchange, but I know Kyle, and I know he's been sizing them up the last few laps. So I could be many to go when we take the green. So proud of our team and proud of everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. Thanks to all the guys back at the shop for giving us, you know, really fast cars. And hopefully we get to keep them up there for the end, and one of us needs to bring it home.
Well, they feel like they may be able to get it done, Dave.
And Alan Gustafson just getting a little radio transmission here. Remember, these crew chiefs are still communicating with their driver as they need to before they can chit-chat with us for just a second. And we'll ask you first, Alan, did you like what you saw in the last restart, the lane choice? You want him to go there again?
I mean, it's really up to him. We retain the lead. I don't really know what's going on inside the car, you know, into the corner and all the dynamics that go on there. So, yeah, I mean, we retain the lead. That's obviously objective, so we just need to do that this time and how many ever more it takes.
Correct, and we could get to overtime. Does this caution, did you need it? You didn't need to get to the end, did you? But you need it for overtime?
No.
Okay. All right, his man's getting ready to go. He'll lead him to green again.
Worked next to Allen for a long time, and that's a game face right there. And when he gets in these moments, what makes him so great is that he's very cordial. Spoke to Dave, but you could tell he could only give us like 10% of his brain to answer those questions because the other 90% are completely engaged in this race and his driver, Chase Elliott.
I want to take a look at the Toyota driver update. Christopher Bell currently running in the 8th position right now. Has been as high as 3rd in this race.
And, you know, when we talk about Toyotas, there was a lot made about some of their lack of speed at the road courses. But then this morning, big fear when it came to the power plants. They're all currently still on the racetrack running while Kyle Busch is a lap down with an issue. because of his accident, you know, the Toyota's still all making power. So, you know, about 6 hours ago, I think it was more concerning for them, but here they're all still on the racetrack.
Steve, let's go back 10 years. Could we have a finish like what we saw back in 2012? It was the 18 of Kyle Busch just in front of the 2 of Brad Keselowski, the 9 of Marcus Ambrose, and then we learned there was some fluid on the racetrack.
Yeah, fluid on the racetrack. No big surprise that Keselowski and Kyle Busch tried to both squeeze through the S's, and then right here, this is the move, right? The 9 squeezed through the final corner. It was one of the best final laps we've seen anywhere in any sort of racing. But here it was great. You talk about international drivers. Ambrose raised that checkered flag, and there's Brad right here in the 6. This RFK group, we know we talk a lot about Buescher. His
what the hell? Jesus Christ, come on.
19 and the 12 were. You remember they were side by side?
Side by side, and
guess
in the
how it's
pouring
going to
rain.
finish.
Yeah, exactly.
They're side by side again. As we're getting ready for the restart, it'll be 5 laps to go, and you can hear the crowd. They are ready for the final 5 laps here at the Glen. Chase Elliott will be on the outside. The 5 of Kyle Larson on the inside again.
And when we talk about guys trying to get their first win, this is what you can't prep for. Simulator, all that, I don't care. The only way you learn how to close out races is having this chance, lining up, feeling this pressure, 5 to go. These 2 at the front, I mean, they're the last 2 champs in the series. This is going to be just an absolute battle. It's going to be awesome.
All 5 drivers in the top 5 are road course winners. They've got 15 combined wins amongst the 5 of them. And back up through the gears we go. Elliott on the outside, Larson on the inside. They're side by side still. And Larson surging ahead now as they get into 1. He outbrakes him, but he slides up the track. As they both slide up the track, it opens the door for A.J. Allmendinger.
Kyle Larson used up Chase Elliott coming into turn number 1. It's going to earn him the lead before he gets to turn number 2. But A.J. Allmendinger is going to compound this whole matter. Digger goes to 2nd. Elliott falls to 3rd and faces an immediate threat from Joey Logano in that yellow car to the inside coming off the end of the backstretch.
Joey on the outside in the braking zone. Both these guys are going to push it deep into this corner. Still side by side. It's going to cost them both the position. Here comes the 8 of Reddick. Man, it's been a terrible half lap for Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott needed to get by Joey Logano right there. Did not do it. Actually lost maybe 2 positions. That win is driving away from him. Now we got a great battle. A.J. Allmendinger trying to run Kyle Larson down.
A.J. Allmendinger about a car length. Now a car length and a half behind Kyle Larson as they come through 7, looking at 4 laps to go. A great battle continuing back a little further. Suarez trying to get by the 9, and Elliott holding him off. So now into turn 1. The 5 of Larson, 2 car lengths back is A.J. Allmendinger.
Meanwhile, they're banging quarter panels further back. Up front, it's all about A.J. Allmendinger. Does he have enough to get to the back bumper of Kyle Larson and take this win this afternoon at Watkins Glen? He's got work to do. He's got 4 car lengths of real estate to make up before he gets to the back bumper, and then he's got to get around that back bumper and take the lead.
If AJ can do it, he's going to have to really pick this car up, put it on his back, and make it happen. He's closing the gap a little bit here through the bus stop. Kyle Larson cannot be conservative in those positions. They go through the carousel. The 16 gets even closer. Little bobble right there for AJ.
You're exactly right, Junior. You cannot get conservative because A.J. Allmendinger will not be. He's going to be trying to outbreak you into 6, into 7. He's going to try to outbreak you into one. All those passing zones. So you see right here, turn 7, it's so important for Larson to hit this because it leads to turn 1. It's a great opportunity to pass.
Larson looking for the weekend sweep. He won the Xfinity Series race yesterday. Now trying to win the Cup race. Right behind him, A.J. Allmendinger, a full-time Xfinity Series driver. Remember, if he wins this race, it doesn't have any implications on the playoffs in the Cup Series.
Less than 3 laps to go. They've cleared 1 and now continue downhill into turn 2. The separation has stabilized, at least at this end of the racetrack, where Allmendinger's not able to make up the ground like he does at other parts of the track. It's 4 car lengths, maybe even 5, as Larson legs it out, coming out of turn 4 and headed to the bus stop.
Look at the focus in the eyes of Larson. One of the most technical parts of the racetrack. He tries to get through here as good as possible. Again, AJ closes. And then down into the carousel, right at the limit of grip. Trying to put the throttle down here, back to a shift.
Yeah, we saw back there in the inner loop, that's where A.J. Allmendinger has an advantage. Kyle Larson appears to have an advantage here in 6. They both get into the corner equally. Larson, a little bit of a wiggle right there, but see, he drives away just a little bit, heading to turn 7. Just a little bit more of a gap, and then the exit of turn 7 appears to be an advantage for Larson as well.
Yesterday, Kyle Larson got the lead on a restart with a late accident in front of him, but the closing laps, he had to hold off the same driver. A.J. Allmendinger yesterday, he was able to do it. Today, the same task awaits. 2 to go at the Glen.
Here they come now back into turn 2. Less than 2 laps remain in this one at the Glen. You've got Kyle Larson, A.J. Allmendinger. Here's A.J. trying to do the best he can, trying to close back down on Larson. Separation coming to the back straightaway. The same has been ever since the restart. 4 car lengths.
Watch the eyes of Larson. Every corner exit, he looks up to see if the 16 is still there. He feels the pressure. He knows, he respects how good AJ is. Watch when he comes around this carousel. Once he finishes corner exit, he's going to peek up there and see where that 16 car is.
Yeah, it's just a gauge for him, right? He's going to look in that mirror. There he is right there. Okay, what's my space? How is my lap? He did not do that until he had an area where it did not mess his lap up. He just needed to check to see how his lap was. What he saw he liked because he's driving away from Allmendinger.
The reigning champion looking for a little momentum before they get to the playoffs. It's been all the way since California, the second race of the season, when he found victory lane. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. And now 3 car lengths separate the top 2. A.J. Allmendinger trying to find anything in that car to catch the 5.
Oh, he's going to have divine intervention to win this race because Kyle Larson is gone. Here he comes for the final time through turn 2, through turn 3, setting up for turn number 4. It's all Kyle Larson trying to score the double dip as he races his way for the final time at the back straightaway at the Glen.
The best Chase Elliott could do was work his way back up to 4th position after Kyle Larson ran him wide on turn 1 in the final restart. An aggressive move, but it's put him in position to win this race comfortably ahead of the 16 car of A.J. Allmendinger. Only a few corners remain for the 5 car in checkered flag.
Not the wins from Kyle Larson that we saw last year, but now getting momentum going into the playoffs. Larson becoming more dangerous at the time of the year when it matters. Playoffs looming. Kyle Larson set up for a win here.
Burton, you mentioned it. He won here a year ago, and he looks to go back-to-back at the Glen. Kyle Larson comes out on the front stretch. He'll see the checkered flag. Larson wins again at the Glen.
You get it. AJ Allmendinger second.
Great job, man. Really proud of you. Great job, Steve. Good work, fellas. Great job.
Allmendinger coming home second. Logano third. Chase Elliott fourth. Daniel Suarez a top 5 finish. Showing a little respect there. A.J. Allmendinger pulling up beside the 5 of Larson. 18 career wins for Kyle Larson. And that breaks, by the way, the longest winless streak that Kyle Larson had ever experienced since joining Hendrick Motorsports. What a restart.
Yeah, watch Kyle Larson drives in the corner, right front's locked up, went up the racetrack, moved Chase Elliott out of the way. Just an aggressive move. I don't think that was intentional, but Chase Elliott isn't going to care. Kyle Larson just cooked it down in there, could not control his car, and ran Chase Elliott up. See right here, right front's just locked up. Now the car's not turning, and now he's got Chase Elliott moved out of the groove.
Yeah, once that right front locks up, you lose front grip. You're no longer going to be able to make the bottom of the corner. Everybody's going into this corner as hard as possible. Remember, you got AJ behind you. He is absolutely going to try to outbrake the 5 car into the corner. So Larson knew he had to go into this corner farther than he had all day long, and that's the risk that you take. Everybody escapes unharmed, but it is going to be a tense situation between these teammates today and going forward.
To the start-finish line, Kyle Larson will park the HendrickCars.com number 5. And he will sweep the weekend. Xfinity Series race yesterday, and now the Cup Series race, the checkered flag moment, brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. What a weekend the fans have been able to enjoy here. Remember, this race started on the wet after the rain came through and ends on the dry, and it was a aggressive turn 1 on the restart that got Larson up front. Marty.
Ricky only led the final 5 laps of the race, but boy, it's going to be all about that final restart with his teammate Chase Elliott. Been a long time since you guys got to victory lane, but tell me about the move to pass your teammate Chase Elliott. We did see the right front locked up going into turn 1.
Yeah, I knew that was kind of my only opportunity. I'm not proud of it, but being in the inside lane or the right lane, and you being the leader choosing the left lane, it's definitely wins out. But when it gets late in the race, it's definitely risky. And like I said, I knew that was my only opportunity to get by him. So I felt like our cars were pretty equal today, and had a lot of fun after the green flag cycle trying to chase him down, and kind of burnt my stuff up a little bit, but. The restarts, kept me in it and kept our team in it. So proud of our guys. Good to get another win here at Watkins Glen. Get some more bonus points low in the playoffs, which is we haven't had many of those this year. So hopefully this will build on some momentum and we can keep racking up some more points.
So if the shoe was on the other foot, would you want to have a conversation with your teammate if that move happened?
I'm sure, yeah, we would ultimately have a conversation. We have a competition meeting tomorrow. And yeah, I think if I was in his shoes, I would understand the risk that I'm taking choosing left lane also. So again, like I said, I'm not proud of it, but it's for what I felt like I had to do to get the win.
Did you learn something on the restart before that you said, I'm going to try and take advantage of it on this final one?
Well, yeah, all the restarts I was in the right lane yesterday with William, I always got myself in a bad spot where, my angle was pinched off and we'd always make contact and I'd end up, sideways and get passed by people. So I knew everybody's aggression was going to be higher as each restart went on. And I didn't want to put myself in that position again to get, passed by AJ or Joey, who are really aggressive behind me. So, yeah, it's just part of racing at road courses, especially this year, it seems like. So, again, not proud of it, but we did what we had to do.
Kyle Larson gets the win here at Watkins Glen Day, but I'm sure his teammate Chase Elliott's not going to be very happy about it.
Well, he ends up finishing 4th. Kyle says that he's not happy about the way it happened. He also said if he was in your shoes, he would have understood the risk of restarting on the outside there. That was the question that I had for you. Did you consider that